Hello, race fans. The NASCAR SEGA Cup Series is still here live at Texas Motor Speedway with a fantastic sunset going over the horizon of turns 1 and 2 as we are getting ready for our NASCAR SEGA Cup Series All-Star Race. We have 28 drivers, some of the best from this season of the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series getting ready for this 60-lap spectacular here at this track. We're going to have a first stage of 30 laps, a second stage of 20 laps, and then we're going to have a 10-lap dash to the finish here. Now, hopefully this All-Star Race will be better than the one that they recorded earlier Sunday night with a calamity that was. But you guys already know what the kind of racing we have in the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series is. We had a preview of that in the All-Star Showdown with Dylan Pote with me in the booth co-commentating the race. But now he's going to be in the field with the rest of our All-Star field. And we have our fan vote winner, which I would like to thank everyone for voting in the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series group page on Facebook. Who are the drivers who are going to be in this field? Find out right now as we're about to get things underway here. Here is your starting lineup for the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series All-Star Race. Starting on the pole, driver of the number 12 Freightliner Ford Mustang out of Penske Racing, we have Danny Wells. Danny Wells races way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 3 Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Starting second, driver of the number 78 Furniture Row Chevrolet Camaro out of Spire Motorsports, we have Ron Acosta. Ron Acosta races way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 3 Brickyard 400. Starting in third, driver of the number 4 Busch Light Ford Mustang out of Stewart House Racing, we have Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary Fitzwater races way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 4 Busch Light Bushy McBush Race 400 and the Season 4 Quaker State 400. Starting in fourth, driver of the number 83 Red Bull Toyota Camry out of Red Bull Racing, we have Dougie Shears. Dougie Shears races way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 4 Geico 500. Starting in fifth, driver of the number 31 LS Tractor Chevrolet Camaro out of Twinix Racing, we have Dylan Pote. Dylan Pote races way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 3 Cheez-It 355 at the Glen and the Season 3 SPB 500. Starting in sixth, driver of the number 20 Dex Imaging Toyota Camry out of Joe Gibbs Racing, we have Jessica Shelton. Jessica Shelton raced her way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 3 Pepsi 400. Starting in seventh, driver of the number 21 Quick Lane Ford Mustang out of Wood Brothers Racing, we have Michael Norman. Michael Norman is in the All-Star Race because he is the Season 3 champion. Starting in eighth, driver of the number 24 Exalta Chevrolet Camaro out of Hendrick Motorsports, we have Seth Cole. Seth Cole races his way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 3 Hollywood Casino 400. Starting in ninth, driver of the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Camaro out of Hendrick Motorsports, we have Alex Ferranti. Alex Ferranti races his way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 3 Federated Auto Parts 400, the Season 3 Ford EcoBoost 400, and the Season 4 SEGA Sports Dirt Race at Bristol. Starting in 10th, driver of the number 18 Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry out of Joe Gibbs Racing, we have Cole Daly. Cole Daly races way into the All-Star Race by winning the Season 3 Quaker State 400. Starting in 11th, driver of the number 51 HendrickCars.com Chevrolet Camaro out of Twinix Racing, we have James McLeod. James McLeod races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 3 finale at Armory Digital. Starting in 12th, driver of the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry out of Joe Gibbs Racing, we have Tim Fiegel. Tim Fiegel races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 3 FedEx 400, the Season 3 Alabama 500, and the Season 4 Instacart 500. Starting in 13th, driver of the number 11 FedEx Office Toyota Camry out of Joe Gibbs Racing, we have Cody Lamas. Cody Lamas races his way into the All-Star by winning the Season 3 AAA Texas 500 and the Season 4 Toyota Honors 400. Starting in 14th, driver of the number 28 Texaco Havoline Ford Mustang out of Robert Yates Racing, we have Steven Gonzalez. Steven Gonzalez races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 3 AAA 400 and the Season 4 Dryden 400. Starting in 15th, driver of the number 34 Loves Ford Mustang out of Front Row Motorsports, we have Charles Sanford. Charles Sanford races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 3 Toyota Save Mart 350 and the Season 4 Havoline 400. Starting in 16th, driver of the number 23 DoorDash Toyota Camry out of 2311 Racing, we have Brandon Crasta. Brandon Crasta races his way into the All-Star by winning the Season 4 Toyota Save Mart Company's 350. Starting in 17th, driver of the number 60 Roush Performance Parts Ford Mustang out of Roush Fenway Racing, we have Levi McIntyre. Levi McIntyre races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 3 Coca-Cola 600 and the Season 4 Budweiser Shootout. Starting 18th, driver of the number 1 Gear Wrench Chevrolet Camaro out of SEGA Motorsports, we have Joshua Osborne. Joshua Osborne races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 4 Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Starting in 19th, driver of the number 17 Fastenal Ford Mustang out of Roush Fenway Racing, we have RJ Bishop. RJ Bishop races his way into the All-Star by winning the Season 4 Daytona 500 and the Season 4 Goodyear 400. Starting in 20th, driver of the number 27 Von Zipper Chevrolet Camaro out of Joanna Atwood Motorsports, we have Matt McIntyre. Matt McIntyre races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 4 Pennzoil 400. Starting in 21st, driver of the number 88 Quality Care Service Ford Mustang out of Robert Yates Racing, we have Stephen Colin. Stephen Colin races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 4 SEGA Sports Dirt Race at Bristol number 2. Starting in 22nd, driver of the number 82 Red Bull Toyota Camry out of Red Bull Racing, we have Chris Darlington. Chris Darlington races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 4 Coca-Cola 600. Starting in 23rd, driver of the number 43 Petty's Garage Chevrolet Camaro out of Richard Petty Motorsports, we have Jonathan Zorlin. Jonathan Zorlin races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 4 Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief 500. Starting in 24th, driver of the number 41 Haas Tooling Ford Mustang out of Stewart Haas Racing, we have Grayson Mitchell. Grayson Mitchell races his way into the All-Star race by winning the Season 4 Bush's Best 150. Starting at 25th, driver of the number 55 Aaron's Dream Machine Toyota Camry Out of Michael Waltrip Racing, we have Jacob Knapp. Jacob Knapp races his way into the All-Star race by winning the All-Star Open race number 1. Starting in 26, driver of the number 29 Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Chevrolet Camaro. Out of Richard Childress Racing, we have Jackson Harrison. Jackson Harrison racing to the All-Star race by placing second in the first All-Star Open race. Starting in 27th, driver of the number 45 Monster Energy Toyota Camry out of 2311 Racing, we have Benjamin Miles. Benjamin Miles races his way into the All-Star race by winning the All-Star Open race number 2. Starting in 28th, driver of the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang out of Penske Racing, we have Mitchell Collins. Mitchell Collins races his way into the All-Star race by placing second in the second All-Star Open race. And last but not least, we have our NASCAR SEGA Cup Series All-Star Fan Vote winner. Or should I say, winners. Starting in 29th, driver of the number 2 Discount Tire Ford Mustang out of Penske Racing, we have Dylan Young. Dylan Young is the winner of the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series All-Star Fan Vote. Starting 30th, driver of the number 14 Ford Performance Racing School Ford Mustang out of Stewart-Haas Racing, we have Alex Drayton. Alex Drayton is the winner of the NASCAR SEGA Cup All-Star Fan Vote. Starting in 31st, driver of the number 33 5G Menards Ford Mustang out of Penske Racing, we have Charles Jackson. Charles Jackson is the winner of the NASCAR SEGA Cup All-Star Fan Vote. Your voices were definitely heard in the All-Star Fan Vote. Starting in dead last is going to be Charles Jackson, the driver who actually won the All-Star race last season, but this was back in Charlotte. This season we're in Texas, and he's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to get up there for the rest of the field. And our other 2 fan vote winners, Alex Drayton and Dylan Young, they both were going head-to-head at Sonoma for the victory, but lost out to Brendan Craster. They're going to have to put aside their differences and hopefully try to come out on top here tonight. As we head back to the front, the last remaining Penske driver is Danny Wells, and he's going to start on the pole, and he's going to have Ryan Acosta right beside him. We're going to have to see if Danny Wells can try to do what he can to try to put that 12 in victory lane as the pace car makes its way onto the racetrack. I hope all of you guys are ready as we switch to the spectators camera as we are now underway here with the All-Star race. The green flag is now out here at Texas. Heading out of turn 4 and into the travel, we had our first battle for the lead here tonight as Danny Wells, he barely led that first lap, but he just lost the lead to Zerky Fitzwater. And oh man, they're already trying to go 4 wide here for the lead here, but they wisely back out of it. But oh man, now Dylan Pote, he's going to be stuck in the middle as, oh man, he almost got into it with Danny Wells here. Fitzwater continues to lead, but now here comes Michael Norman being followed by Alex Ferranti as lots of these drivers are trying to spread out a bit. As we now see Alex Ferranti working on the inside of Michael Norman, and he's bringing James McLeod along with him. Racing is incredibly close here at Texas Motor Speedway as we now we see James McLeod getting the lead up through the middle as we see some 3 wide racing some rows back here. And oh man, they're almost making it 4 wide as Cody Lamas, he now takes the lead away from James McLeod. But here comes our Rockingham winner, Charles Sanford. Charles Sanford being pushed by Levi McIntyre and Ryan Acosta. Now he wants to lead for a little bit, but all these drivers are still running dangerously close here as Levi McIntyre, he's going to try to do what he can to work on the inside of Charles Sanford. Levi McIntyre has not been in victory lane since he won the Budweiser Shootout earlier this season. Levi McIntyre hanging on to the lead as old man Charles Sanford, he gave the safer barrier just a little tap. That's going to make him lose a bit of speed as we now see Ryan Acosta takes the lead away. Now here comes Zachary Fitzwater now. He's moving to the inside here as all these drivers running dangerously close. All it takes is one mistake and then the whole field dies. Hopefully that won't happen here. Fitzwater continues to hang on to that lead now. Zachary Fitzwater, one of the few 2-time winners this season. And here comes our second 2-time winner this season. That's RJ Bishop. RJ Bishop has won, he's won at Daytona and he's won at Darlington. He would love to get a third win under his belt this season by winning the All-Star race, as he just got around Zachary Fitzwater for the lead. But now we see Jessica Shelton now. She's going to try to make her presence known here in the All-Star race. Jessica Shelton running the Dex Imaging colors on her number 20. She's trying to bring her teammate along with her. That's Cody Lamas in the 11. As RJ Bishop, he has a comfortable lead right now, as it looks like Jessica Shelton, she's gonna try to look to do her best to get up there. And oh man, it looks like Dougie Shears, he got caught up in the middle. And oh man, they're making it 4 wide. Oh, that's gonna be dangerous. And there goes Cody. Oh man, Cody gets tired, and they come back. They come back right. Oh man, they came back right in front of the field. Oh man. You do not want to go 4 wide at Texas, and that is a perfect example why. Oh man, the pace car is going to catch onto the track, and there's James McLeod with massive front end damage, and Dylan Young. Oh man, Dylan Young, his car is up in smoke. And oh man, they're still wrecking here. There's oh no, there's Brayson Mitchell. He also got damaged. I'm trying to see who else is on pit road. There's Charles Sanford. Brandon Craster's damaged, and there's Cody Lamas, who's also damaged there. He's the one that got turned. And oh man, some right side damage to Levi McIntyre. There's a little bit of damage to Cole Daly. And oh man, a few drivers were involved, but not as many drivers as I thought. No man, and there's a little bit of left side damage to Ryan Acosta. We're gonna have to go to the replays while these drivers take their pit stops. Oh man, the All-Star race is already showing some thrills and spills as we just hit lap number 10. Let's take a look and see what happened to bring out this caution. Well, here's having to bring out our first caution of the All-Star. Heading down the back straightaway and about to enter turn 3, Cody Lamas gets turned by Jonathan Zorland. And that just sends the 11 right into the inside safer barrier. And the 43 wheels just lock up. And he gets right into the left side of Benjamin Miles. Dougie Shears is also collected. As Dylan Young, Brandon Craster get clobbered, as well as Charles Sanford. And it looks like Alex Ferranti may have gotten a piece of it. Dylan Pote gets into his teammate. The Joe Gibbs teammates get together. And there's Brayson Mitchell there. But here's the real calamity of the commotion here. Brandon Craster spins out at the bottom of turn 3, but Dylan Young, Brandon Craster, Charles Sanford, and James McLeod get the worst of it, as you can see here on screen. We're gonna have to bring it back a bit. Okay. Trying to see if I can find a better angle of this. Yes, Charles Sanford gets clobbered by Dylan Young. Jonathan Zorland gets into Levi McIntyre. Dougie Shears, Ryan Acosta, and Benjamin Miles also get into the wall. Pote gives his teammate a little tap, but I think he can still continue. It was just nothing serious. Brandon Craster's car actually gets under the 34 of Charles Sanford. Oh man, the All Star, the All Star, it's off to a crazy start already. Now, something else happened with Brayson Mitchell. I might have to fast forward a little bit to see exactly what happened. As he's driving away, he doesn't appear to be too damaged. I don't know if he hit another car or what. As we see Jonathan Zorlin coming down pit road. I was trying to see if something indeed happened to the 41. I don't know. I don't know if he hit Charles Sanford or what. Oh, yep. That's exactly what happened. Charles Sanford was coming down pit road, and Brayson Mitchell just slams into the back of the 34. So Brayson Mitchell looked like he was able to continue, but unfortunately he hits the back of the 34, and that's what ends his night here already. We're gonna have to get some onboards with a couple of drivers to see what they saw. Here we are riding on board with the number 23 DoorDash Toyota Camry of Brandon Crasta. Absolutely nowhere that the 23 could go. He was just stuck on the outside in a bad situation there. Now here we are riding on board with the number 31 LS Tractor Chevrolet of Dylan Poteet. It really could have been a lot worse for the 31, but he and a few other drivers managed to squeak by. Now here we are on board with the number 51 100cars.com Chevrolet of James McLeod. James McLeod was just deep in the middle of that entire calamity as he has major front end damage to his number 51. Now here we are on board with one final camera with the number 11 FedEx Office Camry of Cody Lamas. That was after the contact with the number 43, and unfortunately Cody, he already took his number 11 back to the garage area. And it looks like that we're going to see him next week. Here we are back at the All-Star race. We're going to restart on lap number 13. And we have 7 drivers who are now out of this race. They are Brandon Crasta, James McLeod, Cody Lamas, Brayson Mitchell, Dylan Young, Charles Sanford, and Jonathan Zorlin. Here's our top 10 once we get back underway. Jessica Shelton is the race leader. Second is Stephen Colin. Third, Zachary Fitzwater. Fourth, Charles Jackson. He's running on a pitch strategy here. Fifth is Jacob Knapp. Sixth now with a damaged number 45 is Benjamin Miles. Seventh now is Jackson Harrison. Eighth, Matt McIntyre. Ninth is Dougie Shears. And rounding out the top 10 is his teammate Chris Dalton. The rest of the top 15 are Seth Cole, Alex Drayden, Michael Norman, Joshua Osborne, and Tim Fiegel. Now, we don't know if any of these cars are going to be slow, but we only have a few drivers until we end the first stage here. And then the next stage will be 20 laps as the green flag is now back out for the All-Star. Yeah, some of these cars are damaged, but they appear to still be up to speed. We're going to have to go through the field once we check that out. And oh man, now we see Stephen Colin. He's working on the inside of Jessica Shelton for the lead. And now here comes Zachary Fitzwater to chase him down. And here comes Charles Jackson in that number 33. Charles Jackson started in this race dead last. How would he feel to win the All-Star race 2 years in a row? He's not. He doesn't even have a ride in the NASCAR SEGA Cup. This is just a one-off race for him. And oh man, he's already going for the lead. New leader Charles Jackson. Maybe if he did win this race, maybe he'll change his mind about staying away from NR. But as he's about to take the lead, he's trying to lead a lap, which he does do. Now we see Jacob Knapp. He wants to try to lead a lap here, but now we see Jackson Harrison. These two actually were going at it together in the All-Star Showdown race. Now we see Jackson Harrison taking the lead away. He lost out to the 55 here, but now we see Matt McIntyre. He's trying to work on the inside to try to take the lead away, but these guys need to be careful. You don't want to get yourself knocked out of the race. Remember, we still have an extra two segments and 30 more laps before we crown a winner. As oh man, now they're making it 3 wide for the lead. Now we see Stephen Cullen trying to get back up there, and we see Michael Norman. Oh man, these guys are really trying hard not to make it 4 wide. Oh, oh man, Matt McIntyre gets turned. Oh man, contact with Jessica Shelton. Oh man, almost contact with Levi McIntyre as well. Oh man, but luckily this caution is going to be smaller than the first big one. But oh man, there's the biggest loser. Matt McIntyre gets turned after nearly making it 4 wide for the lead here, and he has some major red damage to that number 27. I don't know if that's enough to make him retire out of the race, but our new leader who came to the line is Michael Norman. Oh man, well, these guys are gonna have to try to line up single file behind the pace car while they try to see who is where in the racing order. But let's head to the replays to see what happened to Matt McIntyre. And here's how they brought out our second caution. I knew things got a little bit swirly once I saw them nearly going 4 wide for the lead here. Michael Norman went to the inside for a haul that was pretty much wasn't there. And heading into turn 1, Matt McIntyre hooks Jessica Shelton right into the wall. And Shelton was able to she locked up her wheels, but she hits the wall. She managed to keep going. But unfortunately for Matt McIntyre, he ended up getting turned around. As you can see, the yellow lights flashing along the fence and the safer barrier. The 27's wheels just lock up, but if he doesn't take his 27 back to the garage area, he'll be able to continue once the second stage starts. And unfortunately, the 27 he just got caught in a 4 wide situation, and if you go 4 wide at Texas, you're gonna get burned. As Ron Acosta drives by in the 78. And here we are back at the All-Star race. We're going to restart this race on lap number 22 with 9 laps to go and no drivers retired out. Matt McIntyre is still at the tail end of the field, and Dougie Shears was the only driver to come down pit road. Okay, here's our top 10 as we're going to get back underway. Michael Norman is the race leader. Stephen Cullen second. Alex Drayden is now third. Fourth is Steven Gonzalez. Fifth is Seth Cole. Charles Jackson drops back to 6th. Mitchell Collins ends up 7th. Jacob Knapp is 8th. 9th is Zaki Fitzwater. And rounding out the top 10 is Danny Wells. The rest of the top 15 are RJ Bishop, Chris Darlington, Jackson Harrison, Alex Fronti, and Joshua Osborne. It seems like these drivers don't care how many laps are left. They're all going to be racing hard here, as we just have 9 laps to go to finish out stage 1, as the green flag is now back out. And And it looks like Steven Gonzalez is already trying to go to the inside to pass his good friend Alex Drayton. He wants to get up there with his teammate. Maybe he can try to push that 88 to try to catch that number 21. As Michael Norman continues to run away with that lead. Now he's going to have to deal with the Yates Racing duo right behind him. As Gonzalez, he's looking to try to get to the inside of his teammate for position. But Michael Norman continues to lead. Now these drivers need to be wary. They don't need to go 4 wide again or try to run dangerously close to each other unless they want to end up like Matt McIntyre again. And there was a little bit of contact with the wall from Alex Drayton. Now we see the Yates Racing teammate stuck on the outside as we now see Seth Cole trying to get around Steven Gonzalez for the second spot. Now we see the Penske teammates trying to work together. Charles Jackson being pushed by his teammate Mitchell Collins, and they're both separated by the 55 as, oh man, all 3 of the Penske Racing cars are trying to get into the top 10 here. And oh man, Charles Jackson, he just went wide. Oh man, they're almost going 4 wide again. Oh, sell it back out, guys. Come on, sell it back out. And there goes Charles Jackson. He and Seth Cole get into the wall, and they save it. Oh man, they saved it. But that's going to cause them to lose a lot of speed. And the caution is not out. Nope, no caution. But oh man, that just made Seth Cole lose a lot of momentum here. Where's the 24? There he is. And he's got major right side damage here as we're now about to hit 5 laps to go. But this may be good for Seth Cole if he drops all the way to the back despite with a damaged race car in stage 2. He can get that damage fixed and start off with a clean slate. But oh man, while all this action is going on, Michael Norman, he sits comfortably in the lead with his number 21. He has Jacob Knapp coming up behind him. Danny Wells now sits 3rd, but he's about to get passed by his teammate Mitchell Collins in the 22. Jackson Harrison drops back to 5th. Now we see Chris Darlington finds himself comfortably sitting in the 6th position. Stephen Cullen drops back to 8th. And we see Alex Drayton in 9th. 8th rather, I'm sorry. RJ Bishop is 9th. And we're having a battle for 10th between Zachary Fitzwater and Steven Gonzalez. He wants to try to get back up there. But the laps are indeed winding down for the first stage here. And oh man, we're about to have a battle for the lead. Danny Wells, he's about to push Jacob Knapp to the lead as the 2 of them work together to get around Michael Norman. And Jacob Knapp takes the lead, and oh man, Alex Ferranti, he just gave the safety barrier a smack out of the exit of turn 2. As Jacob Knapp goes to the outside, now pulls to Danny Wells. He's looking to take the lead back once again as we now have 2 laps to go left in stage 1. Danny Wells is going to try to do what he can to hang on to that lead, but Michael Norman, he wants to try to bounce back here. And right now, Danny Wells, he's going to be stuck in the middle with no help. And oh no, not again. They're trying to go 4 wide again, but they're going to have to try to wisely back out of it as the white flag is now waving. Danny Wells leads that lap. And oh man, Michael Norman, he backs out of it to allow Danny Wells to try to hang on to that lead here. Jacob Knapp gives the safety barrier a little tap as we're heading into turns 3 and 4 for the final time here in stage 1. And Jacob Knapp, he's going to try to go for one last push for that lead. But Danny Wells will win stage 1 of the All-Star race. Started on the pole and he ended up finishing there. The finishing order of this stage. This will be the starting lineup for stage 2. Now, stage 2 is only 20 laps, so these drivers, they're gonna have an even smaller chance to try to make some moves here as the drivers are coming down pit road to try to get their cars repaired. But here is our finishing order and the starting lineup. And oh man, Matt McIntyre, he retired. I have to see if he retired out before the checker flag. If it was after the checker flag, then he's still in. But if not, then he's out. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to see when he retired out. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, this was coming to the white flag. That was coming to the white flag, so I need to keep an eye on McIntyre. The white flag is already out. If he, let's see, I'm trying to see if he stays out. And he's actually coming down pit road, so I don't. Well, some drivers were coming down pit road, so I think. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. And the checker flag is now out, and McIntyre, I believe McIntyre is still on. He's still on pit road. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So Matt McIntyre, he's still in the race. He was just taking his pit stop. So yes, he's still in the race. Okay, I just wanted to double check that and confirm that. But yes, here is your finishing order. Danny Wells wins stage 1. Jacob Knapp ends up 2nd. Mitchell Collins 3rd. Stephen Cullen 4th. And Michael Norman will restart 5th. Okay, Jackson Harrison 6th. RJ Bishop 7th. Steven Gonzalez 8th. Alex Drayton 9th. And Zachary Fitzwater rounds out the top 10. Then we have Charles Jackson, Cole Daly, Joshua Osborne, Tim Thiegel, and Levi McIntyre rounds off the top 15. And then we had Seth Cole, Dougie Shears, and Jessica Shelton. You know what? Let's go back to Seth Cole to see what happened to him and Charles Jackson. Yes, there we go. Yes, they were running dangerously close here, making it 4 wide for 2nd place, which was extremely dangerous. This really could have been a lot worse than it was. But here's the contact between Seth Cole and Charles Jackson. As you can see, they just hooked each other right at the start finish line. Now, luckily, Charles Jackson did not lock his wheels and spin out in front of the field, which could have caused a major accident. Which they saved it and like they actually kept going. Both Charles Jackson and Seth Cole even managed to hit the safety barrier a 2nd time. And Seth Cole, he could have been the biggest loser in all that, but luckily he managed to survive until the end of the 1st stage. So he'll be able to keep racing. Both he and Charles Jackson will be able to keep going. That really could have been a lot worse. Okay, as I was saying, let's see. Okay, Alex Ferranti, Ryan Acosta, Chris Dalton, and Dylan Poteet were all a lap down because they were all taking their pit stops. Matt McIntyre and Benjamin Miles were also taking their pit stops. So we're going to have 24 drivers left to go for 30 more laps. 2nd stage is 20 laps, and then we're going to have a final 10-lap dash. So the only drivers who are not coming back are the 43, the 34, the 2, the 41, the 11, the 51, and the 23. Okay, so just double checking on that. Well, race fans, the All-Star race is not over yet. We will see you back here for stage 2.
What's he looking for?
I think he's looking for savings. I can't watch this anymore. Stop! There's an easier way. We compare your Progressive Direct rate to other top companies so you get a great price. No more running around. Wouldn't you love to see the world through his eyes?
I bet I look like the strongest man in the world.
The best place to find a great deal. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
We are back for stage number 2, 20 laps, as the drivers who had their damaged cars have gotten them fixed, and that includes Matt McIntyre, Seth Cole, and Charles Jackson, who found trouble in the closing stages of stage 1. Now Danny Wells, he's going to have his teammate right behind him, and Jacob Knapp is going to start 2nd. These drivers are going to be hungry, and they've already pretty much confirmed that they don't care how many laps are left. They're going to be running very hard as the pace car makes its way back onto pit road as we're about to get ready to start stage number 2 of the All-Star race. And the green flag is now back out here at Texas. And oh man, and it looks like Michael Norman didn't get a strong start here. And oh man, the Penske drivers are already working together to try to pull away from the lead. Mitchell Collins finds himself in second place as he pushes Danny to extend his lead. But oh man, Jacob Knapp, he's starting to separate the two after being held by Michael Norman, as Danny Wells will lead the first lap of stage 2. Danny Wells hasn't been in the victory lane since Darlington of last season. He would love to get in victory lane here tonight in his number 12. But he's going to have a hungry 55 right behind his back bumper. And here comes RJ Bishop trying to get to the inside of Michael Norman. Couldn't quite do it there. As, oh man, they're already trying to go 3 wide here. And luckily they settled it back down the free to 3 wide. That was almost a 4 wide situation here, as Jacob Knapp, he just took the lead away from Danny Wells. But here comes Michael Norman. Michael Norman, he wants to try to lead some more laps. He led quite a bit in stage 1, but now here comes Alex Drayton and Charles Jackson. Now Alex Drayton, he's in command of the lead, but now here comes Charles Jackson. Charles Jackson started dead last in this thing, and oh man, he's almost forcing a 3 wide situation, but luckily Michael Norman backs out of it to put it back to 3 wide. Charles Jackson is the race leader, but he won't have it for long, because now here comes Joshua Osborne. Joshua Osborne's bringing Levi McIntyre along with him, our winners from Atlanta and Daytona. Joshua Osborne now goes to the outside. Now we see Levi McIntyre in command of the lead, as Joshua Osborne gives a little smack to the safer barrier there. Our only representative out of SEGA Motorsports here running tonight, as oh man, he almost slams the door back on Alex Drayton. But now as we head back to the front, now we see Jackson Harrison in command of the lead in the number 29 car. But here comes Steven Gonzalez here. Steven Gonzalez, he did win at Dover earlier this season. And his last win before that was also at Dover. So his last 2 wins were literally on the same track, as he will lead this lap period. But now here comes Charles Jackson trying to bounce back to that lead. Charles Jackson, one of the SEGA Cup Series veterans, chose not to return full-time for Season 4. Joined this race as just a one-off, and he is looking to try to win the All-Star race for 2 seasons in a row. And oh man, they're almost trying to make it into a 3 wide situation. Be careful, guys. Oh man, this is not gonna end well. And there it goes again. Oh, Charles Jackson gets turned. Oh no. This is the second time that Charles Jackson has been turned in that same spot. But luckily for Michael Norman, I don't think Michael Norman even got that much damage out of that. He appears to still be up to speed. But we have our first caution of stage 2, and actually leading them to that is Stephen Kohler in the 88. And now look who's running in 3rd place, Cole Dallin. We haven't talked about him all night long, and he finds his way into the top 5. And unfortunately, Charles Jackson, he's got some rear damage, but it doesn't appear to be too serious. Like I said, Charles Jackson, he's a veteran of the NASCAR SEGA Cup, so he does know how to take care of this new car. But we're going to have to go to the replays and see what happened to him. Now here's how to brought out our first caution of stage 2. Almost the exact same situation from what happened with him and Seth Cole. Charles Jackson goes 4 wide with Michael Norman, Zachary Fitzwater, and Stephen Colin. And unfortunately, Charles Jackson's wheels lock up and he spins out right in front of Jackson Harrison. We're going to have to get an onboard camera with that 29 car to see what he saw. And Charles Jackson just gives the rear of his car a tap to the safer barrier. Now he should be able to continue. He didn't really get that much damage on that number 33. And this race is still not over. I mean, he started dead last in this thing, so he could easily get back up there if the cards are in his favor. Before we head back to live action, here's the onboard with the number 29 Jimmy John's Chevrolet of Jackson Harrison. You can already see that they're running dangerously 4 wide right in front of him. There's some contact there. They actually could have made that work if Charles didn't give the safer barrier a tap, and he probably could have got away with that. And here we are back at Texas, getting ready for the restart. We're going to restart with only 8 laps to go and no drivers retire out of the race. However, we have a couple of drivers trying to work on pit strategy. They are Alex Ferranti, Danny Wells, Jackson Harrison, and Joshua Osborne. But anyway, here's our top 10 once about to get back underway. Stephen Cullen is the race leader. Second is Zachary Fitzwater. Third is Cole Daly. Fourth is RJ Bishop. Fifth is Alex Drayton. Sixth is Michael Norman. Seventh is Steven Gonzalez. Eighth is Jacob Knapp. Ninth is Levi McIntyre. And rounding out the top 10 is Matt McIntyre. The rest of the top 15 are Benjamin Miles, Mitchell Collins, Dougie Shears, Seth Cole, and Jessica Shelton. Now, a lot can happen in these next 8 laps and also the final 10-lap dash to determine our all-star race winner. But the pace car is back on pit road as we see the green flag is now waving. We are back racing here at Texas. Now, all these drivers are going to have to try to pick and choose like when's the right time to make their moves. As Steven Cullen, he is going to lead this field down the back straightaway and entering turn 3. Zachary Fitzwater, he's all over the back bumper of that 88, and now he's looking to try to make his move with the help of the 18. And it looks like Zachary Fitzwater will lead this lap. Yes, he will. Zachary Fitzwater, he's looking to try to get in victory lane for the 3rd time here this season. I don't think he's gonna be he may have some competition with his teammate as he's looking to try to get under RJ Bishop for 2nd place. It looks like Stewart Haas Racing, they're trying to go 1-2 here, but Steven Gonzalez, he's being pushed by the car he actually drove last season, the 55 of Jacob Knapp. Jacob Knapp running this race as a one-off. He's going to try to push the 28 to try to get up there to try to be with that 4 car. Next time out, we're going to have 5 laps to go. And only this contact. Oh, my, contact with the 88 and the 17. And there's no caution. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. RJ Bishop gets in contact with the 18, the 88 and the 14. And oh man, but this may be, I don't know, that could have been a lot worse. But Alex Drayton, he just lost all the spots that he raced ever since the start of this entire race, just went up in smoke. But RJ Bishop is the biggest loser in that. I mean, he's got a damaged 17, but he is not coming down pit road. As Zachary Fitzwater, he continues to lead here. And no man, and the field is greatly spread out after that. And oh man, we had a couple drivers actually hit the safer barrier as Cole Daly finds himself sitting comfortably in 2nd place. Steven Gonzalez is still 3rd, Jacob Knapp 4th, and we're actually about to have a battle for 5th place. Levi McIntyre is hanging on to it for now, but here comes Seth Cole being pushed by Ryan Acosta. Seth Cole right now, he and Alex Ferranti are the only representatives of Hendrick Motorsports here tonight. As we head back to the front, Cole Daly, he's still all over the back bumper of that 4 car. Excuse me. And man, pit stops are actually happening. Oh man, pit stops are happening. This is definitely going to scramble the field for the final 10-lap dash. And that is going to give the lead over to Cole Daly in the 18. Now Seth Cole finds himself in second place as Gonzalez sits third. Fourth now is Shelton. Fifth is now Acosta. Sixth is Shears. Seventh is Dylan Pote. But we have to actually check and see if more drivers are coming down pit road. And man, we actually had a couple of drivers come in contact in turn 3, and I believe that car that's smoking in turn 3 was actually I don't know if that was Alex Ferranti or was that or that was Jackson Harrison. But oh man, it looks like that this is gonna enter the caution. There's the 29 of Jackson Harrison. I need to take a look at Seth Cole and see where he is. And Seth Cole, he is now behind the pace car. This oh man, he nearly gets. And oh man, they're still. Oh no, they're still getting involved. And someone's actually upside down. Well, at the moment, I don't think it matters because Seth Cole, he just ended stage 2 as the race winner. And those drivers who were just involved in that last bit of accident that happened just now, they're still gonna be in, and that's gonna be some lucky news for Stephen Cullen because he has some insane damage. His entire left rear quarter panel is gone. And there's RJ Bishop here, and there's Benjamin Miles, so he's still in, and they're still crashing into each other now, but they're still gonna be in as Jessica Shelton, she tumbles over again. And Charles Jackson just slammed into someone. Oh man. But it's not over yet because all the drivers who are still visible on the track when Seth Cole crosses the start finish line, they're still gonna be in. So if they're retired out, I have to double check on the list. But here's our stage 2 winner, Seth Cole, and he will indeed start on the pole for the final 10-lap dash. So we're gonna have to go on board with that, but let's take a look and see what happened to bring out our final caution of stage 2. Now, before we see what happened to bring out our second caution, here's what happened between Stephen Cole and Alex Drayton and RJ Bishop. They were running pretty hard in turns 3 and 4, and Stephen Cullen just hooks the right rear quarter panel of Alex Drayton, and then that just sends both cars right into the 17 of RJ Bishop. As all 3 of those 4s just get stuck on the outside into the wall of turn 4. Now RJ corrected his number 17. They all managed to keep going, so the caution did not come out for any of these 3. Now we need to take a look and see what happened to Jackson Harrison in the 29. Now here's what happened to bring out the caution. I believe that some drivers were still going down pit road, and it looks like the 29 heading into turn 3 ends up getting loose right in front of Alex Ferranti, and that just sends both drivers just careening into the turn 3 safer barrier. Jackson Harrison just slams hard onto the brakes right in front of Alex Ferranti. I was in the spectator's camera while this was going on, and there were actually a few drivers actually still making their pit stops, and both the 29 and the 9 were still on the track. But I'm gonna have to go to the replays. If they're still sitting on pit road when Seth Cole crosses the start finish line, then both drivers are still in. They're only out of the race if they went back to the garage area before Seth Cole crossed the start finish line, which I need to actually find Seth Cole because he was leading at the time, and he's actually behind the pace car right here. So I need to see. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is actually the lap before. This is where Seth Cole takes the checker flag. So Jackson Harrison, he's still on pit road, so he's still in the race. And so is Alex Ferranti. So Alex Ferranti is still in the race. Okay, well, you know what? I might as well just go and look and see like what happened like in the closing laps, even though it honestly doesn't matter. And oh man, it looks like just a big calamity just happened here. Levi McIntyre, I believe he was just trying to head to pit road, and he actually goes on the apron. None of this even matters, but I still want to cover it because it's content. McIntyre gets into the left rear of Joshua Osborne, and then he gets into the back of Tim Fiegel. And then Stephen Colin, he also gets into the left side of Joshua Osborne. And Michael Norman, he gets into the driver's side of Tim Fiegel and actually turns him upside down. Then Benjamin Miles, he slams into the number 60 of McIntyre as Tim Fiegel, he just barrel rolls down onto the apron. Alex Drayton, he drives in between Joshua Osborne and Stephen Colin. Anyway, none of this even matters. All the drivers who are involved in this, I mean, they're still in the race. And more stuff happened here. And I think the first start of it is Michael Norman, because he's just driving insanely fast on the apron. And I'm trying to see if he comes in contact with anyone else. And it looks like he is going incredibly fast on the apron, so it doesn't appear to be. Okay, I thought he was the one that got involved. I'm going to have to fast forward it a little bit. Okay, nothing's going on here. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Jessica Shelton once again. Jessica Shelton slams hard into the back of Alex Drayton. Chris Dollarton gets into him. RJ Bishop gets a piece of it, as that just sends Jessica Shelton just barrel rolling down the apron of turn 1. Jeez. NR at its finest, huh? Alex Drayton, RJ Bishop, and Jessica Shelton just sit down there. Chris Dalton is up in smoke, but none of this even matters. This is already after Seth Cole had passed the start-finish line, so all these drivers who were involved in something, they're all going to get their cars repaired and be a part of the 10-lap dash. Even Charles Jackson wanted a piece of it. He just slams the back of RJ Bishop. But anyway, that's enough tomfoolery. Let's get back to our winner of stage 2, which was Seth Cole. Here are our official standings. Now, it says that Jackson Harrison and Alex Ferranti retired out of the accident, but they were still sitting on pit road when Seth Cole crossed the finish line. So both of them, they're still in the race. So we're still gonna have a 24 driver field for our final 10 laps here. Seth Cole will indeed start on the pole. Ryan Acosta is going to be second. Dylan Pote will be third. Danny Wells will be fourth. Tim Fiegel fifth. Joshua Osborne sixth. Stephen Colin seventh. Jessica Shelton eighth. Chris Donaldson ninth. And the top 10 will be Dougie Shears. Then we'll have Cole Daly, Mitchell Collins, Steven Gonzalez, Alex Drayton, and Charles Jackson with the top 15. Excuse me. Then we have Zachary Fitzwater, Jacob Knapp, Matt McIntyre, Michael Norman, Jackson Harrison rounding out the top 20. And then our final 4 will be RJ Bishop, Alex Ferranti, Levi McIntyre, and Benjamin Miles. Well, we're only going to have 10 more laps to settle this thing. Can Seth Cole defend that lead and try to win his first race of this season? Find out right now. back getting ready for the final 10-lap dash to determine our all-star race winner. Seth Cole, he's gonna have some work to do. Ryan Acosta started right beside him. Ryan Acosta, he hasn't won an all-star he hasn't won a SEGA Cup Series race since the Brickyard 400 last season when he was still in Robert Yates Racing. Dylan Poteet, Danny Wells, the last time these two duked it out for a win, Danny Wells came out on top, and that was back at Darlington last year. But Seth Cole, I believe Seth Cole's last win came at Michigan, I believe. I could be wrong, though. But anyway, the pace car makes its way onto pit road. Hopefully these guys won't have to come back pit road again, as the 10-lap dash for the All-Star race is upon us. The green flag is now out at Texas. If a caution comes out, then I think this race is pretty much going to be over. It seems like Ryan Acosta didn't really get a good start here. Dylan Poteet being pushed by his good friend Tim Fiegel as Seth Cole dives down to the inside to protect that race lead. But oh man, Poteet's going to have a strong run as we're not going to the spectators camera, and Seth will lead that first lap. But he's going to lose it right to Dylan Poteet as Poteet binded his time. We literally haven't talked about Poteet all race long. In the first two stages, he's pretty much stayed out of trouble. But now we see Tim Fiegel. He's going to try to look to get the lead away. But oh man, it looks like Stephen Colin once more. As oh man, they're trying to go 3 wide for the lead here. As I think Fiegel led that lap. Yes, he did. He did lead, and oh man, all these guys are running insanely close by. And look who's trying to come back into the lead. Charles Jackson, he made his way trying to get back into the top 5 as Stephen Collins hanging on to the lead. But now here comes our Coca-Cola 600 winner, Chris Dollarton, and he's bringing, and oh man, we got a triple. Oh no! And oh man, they just caught the pace car just in time. As oh man, Acosta gets turned, and Dollarton, he has led them back to the line. Now the pace car needs to try to catch them. And oh man, Ryan Acosta, he literally gets turned just before they hit the tri-oval. And I'm trying to see who else was involved. And there's Michael Norman. Oh man. Michael Norman's number 21 is up in smoke. Dougie Shears has got some damage to his 83. And oh man, Mitchell Collins in the 22. He had such a strong car all night. And Zachary Fitzwater, he's back here. I don't know if he's got damage. And there's Jessica Shelton. She's got major damage to her number 20. Oh man, so I think that's all I see. But I don't know if I don't know if that was enough to end this race. We're gonna have to check and see. I don't know if we're gonna have a green-white checker or what, but let's take a look and see what happened to the 78 as Chris Dollarton is our race leader. Here's having to brought out hopefully our final caution of the night. As the drivers were going into turn 4, they were going 4 wide with Dylan Poteet, Ryan Acosta, Cole Daly, and Alex Drayton. Now Ryan Acosta, he gets hooked by the 18 of Cole Daly, and that sends the 78 and the 21 right in front of the 12. Excuse me. Now, luckily for Danny Wells, he actually slams on the brakes, and I don't think he actually came in contact with the 78. I don't know, but Danny Wells, he's trying to do everything he can to not get hit by the 78, and he actually does come in contact with him right here. And then further down, Dougie Shears, he ended up getting involved. Michael Norman's car spins around. Dougie Shears gives Acosta a tap. Then Mitchell Collins, he actually hits the back of the 83 as Michael Norman continues to spin out in front of these groups of cars. And then Mitchell Collins, he gives one more hit to Dougie Shears. I'm just trying to see like this right here. This could actually be a good thumbnail there. Let me actually bring that back and actually save it as a thumbnail. But anyway, these drivers, they all just managed to get involved here after the 78 spins out. Danny Wells, he actually escapes barely getting any damage. Unfortunately, he had to hit the 78 to get him out of the way as Ryan Acosta continues to spin at the entrance of turn 1, and Jessica Shelton actually gives one more hit to the 78. And that's a tough break for Acosta. He started this final stage in second place, and unfortunately, he just gets collected in some trouble. Before we head back to live action, here we are riding on board with the number 12 Freightliner Mustang of Danny Wells. Looks like Acosta came in contact with Poteet there, but that just got him right into the 18 of Cold Alley. Now here we are riding on board with the number 78 Furniture Row Chevrolet of Ron Acosta. Real tough break for the 78 team here. They really had a strong car here. And here we are back at Texas. We're only gonna have 3 laps to settle this. Now, a lot can happen in 3 laps as we have 4 drivers who are now out of this race. They are Mitchell Collins, Jessica Shelton, Michael Norman, and Dougie Shears. Our leader, once we get back underway, will be Chris Dollarton. Second is going to be Stephen Colin. Third is going to be his teammate, Steven Gonzalez. Both of the Yates Racings are going to be running second and third. Fourth is Tim Fiegel. Fifth, Charles Jackson. Sixth is Paul Sitter, Seth Cole. Seventh is Jacob Knapp. Eighth, Dylan Poteet. Ninth, Alex Drayden. And running out the top 10 is RJ Bishop. The rest of the top 15 are Cole Daly, Levi McIntyre, Joshua Osborne, Benjamin Miles, and Alex Ferranti. Now, can Chris Darlington pull out another miracle like he did for the Coca-Cola 600, or are any of these hungry drivers behind him going to spoil his night at his home track? But anyway, the pace car is back on pit road as we're having our final 3 laps here at Texas. Heading to the spectators' camera to watch these drivers coming out. And oh man, Stephen Cole and Steven Gonzalez, they waste very little time putting Chris Darlington on the outside. Oh man, a lot can happen in 3 laps. Yates Racing is now 1 and 2 as Stephen Colin will hang on to that lead. Colin hasn't been in victory lane since Bristol Dirt, but he's going to have Steven Gonzalez all over the back bumper. But now here comes Tim Fiegel and Seth Cole. Now they're going to try to work together to try to separate the Yates Racing drivers. Colin tries to dive back down to the inside to protect his lead. Can't quite do it though. 2 laps to go here. 2 laps to go, and Tim Fiegel, he has now taken the lead. Tim Fiegel takes the lead away as we're now coming to the white flag. The white flag is now waving. Now Seth Cole, he's looking to try to explode the party. But here comes Jacob Knapp in that 55, trying to make it 3 wide. Oh man, they actually do make it 3 wide here for the lead. Tim Fiegel, he's going to have to back out of it. Jacob Knapp is the race leader, but now here comes Levi McIntyre, being pushed by Joshua Osborne. This is for the All-Star race. Coming out of turns 3 and 4 for the final time. They're all running dangerously close here. And this is going to be a photo finish, but it looks like it's going to be Levi McIntyre. For the second time this season, Levi McIntyre wins the non-points race as he will take home the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series All-Star race. Levi McIntyre finds himself in victory lane for the second time here this season, but unfortunately, he doesn't get any points for it. He won the Budweiser Shootout earlier this season, and tonight he will take home the All-Star. Oh, man. What a great finish here. Levi McIntyre comes out on top, the veteran, showing these rookies how to get it done here. Joshua Osborne ends up second. Jacob Knapp, a strong finish for his one-off in the number 55. He will bring home third place here tonight. The same goes for Benjamin Miles in the 45, another driver in a one-off race. Then we have Alex Drayton rounds out with a nice top 5 finish. Seth Cole ends up 6th place in the number 24. A good run for him. Charles Jackson, a good run for making his return to the NASCAR SEGA Cup, but unfortunately, he if he didn't run into that trouble earlier, he probably would have had a stronger running, but he'll bring home 7th place. Tim Fiegel ends up 8th. Dylan Poteet 9th, and running out the top 10 was Stephen Colin. Alex Ferranti finishes strong in 11th. Steven Gonzalez drops all the way back to 12th. Then we have RJ Bishop in 13th. Cole Daly 14th. And running out the top 15 was Chris Dollarton. He got stuck on that outside and just dropped like a rock. Jackson Harrison, a good strong running from him, but unfortunately he got involved with that mess in stage 2, so he ends up with 16th. Matt McIntyre, he just couldn't find a way to get up to the front. Danny Wells dropped all the way back to 18th. He just couldn't find a way to get on the inside. The same goes for Zachary Fitzwater. And, of course, Ryan Acosta. He was the last driver running after he had that incident in the trial. And then we have Ryan Acosta, Dougie Shears, Michael Norman, Jessica Shelton, and Mitchell Collins. That was our all-star field here. Well, race fans, that does it here for Texas. We're done here. And next week, we are going to be making history in the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series once again, because we will have our very first race at Nashville Super Speedway. So don't forget to tune into that, race fans. Congratulations one last time to Levi McIntyre for winning the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series All-Star Race. And we will see you at Nashville.